Welcome students to the lecture number 2 of DBMS. Students, in this lecture, we will discuss a very important topic of DBMS, the characteristics of DBMS. This topic is very important for exam also. Before starting our discussion on the characteristics of DBMS, we need to understand the traditional approach of the creation of databases, which is file-based approach. This approach was used before the introduction of DBMS. In few cases, this approach is still being used. Here are a few characteristics of the file approach. In file-based approach, the data files were defined and implemented separately for each user. The data of one user was not accessible to other users. Each program defines and manages its own data. Structure and format of the data files was highly dependent on the application program and the hardware through which these files were created. These points can be understood with the help of a simple example. Suppose we want to create a software through which we want to manage the student data studying in a college. Suppose the data will be used by 3 users. First one is the teacher, second one is the fee clerk, and the third one is the scholarship in charge. And also suppose that we are using C language for the implementation of this software. In file approach, we have to create 3 copies of the student database, one for the teacher, one for the fee clerk, and the other one is for the scholarship in charge. These users will not be able to access each other's data. Moreover, these databases will be used by those softwares only for which they are created. Now suppose in future you wish to create an online software for keeping the record of the students. In that case, these databases will not be usable. So the limitations of file-based approach are separation and isolation of data, duplication of data, highly platform dependent nature. Separation and isolation of data means that each program will maintain its own set of data. In this case, one program may be unaware of some potentially useful data which is held by the other programs, and it will lead to the data inconsistency. Secondly, the duplication of data. The same data is held by the different programs, so the wastage of space will occur. Secondly, the same data may be stored in different formats in different programs, so it will also lead into inconsistency. Platform dependent means that the files created on one hardware or software platform will not be usable on other hardware or software platform. Students, I think you got the idea about the file-based approach. Now we will move towards our main objective, the characteristics of the DBMS. The main characteristics of DBMS approach versus the file processing approach are the following: self-describing nature of a database system, insulation between programs and data abstraction, support of multiple views of the data, sharing of data, and multi-user transaction processing. Now let's understand these characteristics in detail one by one. The self-describing nature of database system means that the DBMS system stores every information about the data along with the database. For example, the structure of each file, the type, storage format of each data item, and the various constraints on the data. This information is known as the metadata, and it is stored in the catalog. The DBMS software and the database users know about the structure of the database through this catalog. The main benefit of the self-describing nature of database system is that now the data is independent of the application programs, and also the database software work equally well on all the platforms, and also the data can be shared with various users. Students, this figure will help you understand the metadata. In this case, we can see that we have two tables, student and course. The student table store the data of two students named Smith and Brown, And also the course table store the 4 courses: Introduction to Computer Science, the Data Structure, Discrete Mathematics, and Database. The metadata section shows that we have 2 tables, student and course, and they contain 4 columns each. It also shows the detail of each column. For example, the data type of the name column of the student table is character and its size is 30. Similarly, the data type of the student number column is character and its size is 4. Also, the data type of the class column is integer and its size is 1. Similarly, you can find the data type and size of the other columns. So student, I think now you have understand that the DBMS system store metadata along with the data so that it can be easier to share and manage the data. Students, now let's understand the second characteristics of the DBMS: insulation between program and data, and the concept of the data abstraction. We know that in file-based system, the structure of data files is stored within the application program, due to which when we make changes in the structure of data file, the changes may be required in all the programs which uses these data files. Whereas in DBMS environment, the program and data files are isolated from each other, due to which the changes made in one do not affect the other. This property is known as program data independence, and the characteristics which allow program data independence is known as the data abstraction. Moreover, in DBMS, users are also isolated from the data. The DBMS provide the conceptual representation of data to the user, where the detail of how the data is stored are not shared with the user. Now let's understand the third characteristic: support of multiple views of data. We know that the database is used by multiple users simultaneously. Also, the data accessed by the users is typically vary from each other. For example, one user of the student database may be interested in accessing the academic record of the student, whereas the other user may be interested in accessing the fee details. DBMS provide a facility to show user-specific data views to the user. A view is a subset of database, or it may contain the temporary or virtual data which is derived from the data files but not stored explicitly. Now the fourth characteristics of the DBMS: sharing of data and the multi-user transaction processing. This characteristics is related to the DBMS environment, where multiple transactions are executed by multiple users at the same time. For example, in online seat reservation system, the simultaneous transactions are made by the booking agents. When several users accesses the database simultaneously, the DBMS should ensure that the database remain in the consistent state. For example, no two agents should be able to reserve the same seat for their customer. The mechanism through which we ensure this is known as the concurrency control mechanism. The concurrency control mechanism ensures that each transaction should execute in isolation from the other transactions. It also ensures atomicity of transactions, which means that either all the database operations in a transaction are executed or none of them are executed. For example, when an agent wants to reserve a seat, either the seat will be reserved totally or the seat should remain vacant. Students, this is the end of lecture number 2 on DBMS. I think you have understood the objectives of this lecture, which were file-based approach and its drawback, and the characteristics of the DBMS. Thank you. See you in the next lecture.